Hi friends, welcome to another session of coding lectures from Victory Academy. This is Venkatesh. Please do subscribe and click on bell icon for more such content. And please comment any coding problems which you want me to address in the next sessions as well. We'll try to look at it. So let's start coding. So today's problem will be find the highest altitude problem from the LeetCode. It is one of the interesting and challenging problems from the LeetCode. So let's try exploring the problem. It also uses a stack approach. So let's try exploring. Here there is a biker going on a road trip, and the road trip consists of n+1 points at different altitudes. The biker starts his trip on point 0 with altitude equal to 0. You are given an integer array gain of length n, where gain of I is the net gain altitude between points I and I+1. And here I lies in between 0 to n. Here we need to return the highest altitude of a point across the journey. So let's try to check the example as well. In the example 1, we are having input gain is equal to -5, 1, 5, 0 and -7. These are the altitudes, and the output is 1. So here we can see the explanation as well. So the altitudes are 0, -5, -4, 1, 1, -6. So among all these elements, one is the maximum element, so we have returned it. Similarly, in the example 2, we can see 0 is the only maximum element across all the given altitudes, so we have returned 0. So let's try to explore the problem with a presentation as well.
So let us try to understand the approach to solve the given problem with the following presentation. Here we are having an input array of -5, 1, 5, 0, -7 and an output variable of 1. And let us assume the biker starts his journey from position 0, and every element in the array represents the altitude difference between 2 points in the total journey. So the altitude gain between point 0 and point 1 will be -5. So that can be represented in the following way. So after having an altitude gain of -5, the biker will be reaching downslope to point -5, which is the new altitude. So from altitude -5, he is having a gain of 1, which means he'll go to the new altitude -4. And from -4, we are having an altitude gain of 5, which means he'll go to the position of 1. And from 1, we are having an altitude gain of 0, which means he'll remain constant in the same position. Then we will be having a new altitude as 1. And from this new altitude 1, we are having an altitude gain of -7, which means he'll go downslope again to a new altitude of -6. And the final array will be of the following format, and the maximum element among all the given elements will be 1, and we need to return the maximum element. So let us try to understand the problem more with the following algorithm as well. In the algorithm, in the step 1, we need to create an empty list and a variable val, and then initialize val with a gain of 0 and list of 0 as a 0. And we need to iterate the for loop over a range from 1 to the length of the list, and we need to update value of val by adding every element from the given gain array one by one and append it to the list. And at the end, we will be returning the maximum element. So this is the approach to solve the given problem. So let us try coding as well.
Let us try to implement the approach which we have figured out earlier in the LeetCode. In the LeetCode, we are already having a predefined class called solution and a predefined function called largest altitude. So let's try creating an empty list, which is alt is equal to empty list, and here we will be appending 0, which is the starting in place where the biker has started, and we will be appending the first element of the gain array as well, because it is the first altitude which the biker has reached. So alt dot append of 0 and alt dot append of gain of 0, and from here we will be creating one more variable called val is equal to gain of 0 to keep track of all the altitudes. So for I, and now we will be iterating the for loop in the range from 1 to length of the list. So, and we will be adding every element from the array to the value and appending it to the altitudes. At the last, we will be having altitudes stored in the altitude array, and we will be returning the maximum of them. So return max of alt. So let's try submitting it as well. When we try to submit, it completes with a runtime of 32 milliseconds, and all the test cases have been passed successfully. So let us try to submit in the LeetCode as well. So in the LeetCode, when we submit, we'll be getting a runtime of 32 milliseconds, and it beats almost 90% of the Python users. So that is the approach to solve the find highest altitude problem in the LeetCode. For more such content, please do subscribe and click on bell icon to never miss any update. And please comment any coding problems which you want me to address in the next sessions. Thank you. Signing off, Venkatesh.